If you see me keep looking over my shoulder, I gotta watch my back. Oh, she egged me. Oh, shit all over my rip off with the jersey. Go get me a towel. Y'all didn't know. Y'all.
You fucking owners have handled Judge, gentlemen, retired? Come on! He should have been fired before the fucking season! Joe Judge, quarterback sneak on not one, but 2 times from the fucking 5-yard line!
And we're talking echelon. It's going to be Yankees first, Giants second, Jets third, Mets last.
No!
Wait a minute. It's Yankees first. It's Yankees first.
Okay.
Giants second.
Okay.
Knicks third.
No!
Jets fourth. Mets fifth. Oh, wait a minute. The Nets spit their mouth when they found out he was leaving. Maybe it was girl number 25 that didn't mind doing it.
I'll just put it this way. It's way bigger than Nino Brown, a.k.a. Deshaun Watson. This is way bigger than him.
Yeah, that's exactly what this is.
That's why he got off, because it's bigger than him and there's bigger people implicated in this.
I think it's going to come to maybe 5 years down the line, and then Cleveland going to crumble.
Hey, we back like we never left. This is Mo Young kicking it to you live on this Friday sports show. Let's bring in the diabolical hater.
Yo.
So, long time. Seems like it's a long time since we did this show. long time. But yeah, man, we're gonna jump into it. The NFL free agency, man, when we last left, it was, had a lot of people out there, but a lot of time. And, man, your team is going through the ringer.
My team's trying to do they trying to buy themselves a championship.
Yeah, but you got a quarterback that's came with a list of demands. I don't know how you feel about the list of demands that.
I mean, I really don't think he wants, you know what I'm saying? Yes, he had a list of demands, what players he would want to, I'm sure there was you know what I'm saying? Like, he has some players. I mean, I guess we're moving money around. You know what I'm saying? Like, first of all, the deal's not done. He had all these demands, and from what I've been hearing for the last 2 weeks, the deal is done, the deal is done, the deal is done. All we are waiting for is for Aaron Rodgers to speak up. He speaks up. He's still not a Jet.
Facts.
He's still not a Jet. Now, Lazard, he's nice.
Yeah, he's nice when he's not hurt.
Yeah, when he's not hurt. But if you think about it, you bring in Lazard, you still got 2 other receivers. Elijah Moore, he's gone.
Yeah, you bought McCole Hardman. That he's a speedster, like real fast. He's good with the ball in his hands. So y'all stole him from Kansas City. So he's.
And I'll tell you what with moving more to the Browns, that freed up some money that, the
Packers
Beckham could be a Jet.
Nobody else but the Jets want Aaron Rodgers, so they really don't. They're really not holding the cards. They're actually losing leverage because as it get later in the season, you're gonna have to get rid of them.
Yeah, what are you gonna do? Pay him all that money
because you already anointed Jordan, I mean, Jordan Love. Yeah, Jordan Love as your next quarterback.
Yeah.
You already said he's your starter. So you have to get rid of Aaron Rodgers. So are they really holding all the cards? Or are they trying to see if they can fleece the Jets? The Jets, if I'm the Jets, I'm waiting this out. Because eventually you want to pay him $6 not to start.
Yes. Yes.
And then now I want him for a fifth. You got a third, but you're going to get a fifth now. If I'm the Jets, I'm going to wait it out. Because there's no other team that wants Aaron Rodgers.
Not really.
Tell you all
not that I've heard of.
All right, Doc.
Always an excuse. Damn it.
But I'm just saying, Aaron Rodgers has really the Jets can go another way. You know, the Jets still can throw money at Lamar.
I mean listen, you already know how I feel about that. 26 years old, former MVP, has been to the playoffs probably every season since he's been in the NFL. Why wouldn't you have made that? That was an investment. You give him a contract like Mahomes. You spread the shit out. 10 years, he'd be 36.
Let this Rodgers stuff fall. They're going after Lamar. That's the only way I can see. Like, you know, them going after Lamar.
What I heard the backup plan is Matthew Stafford.
Oh, good Lord.
That's what I said when I heard that too.
No.
I'm going to spread the contract. No. I'm giving him a 10-year contract, close to Watson money, close to the guaranteed money. Listen, this is a guy that's proven without stars on his team. Can you imagine what Lamar Jackson would do with what we have in the Jets? With these new even pieces that they just threw in there?
Got a bum elbow. Needs UCL to the ball. He just had Tommy John surgery. And he's old. He's not like Brock Purdy, who's young. He's old. That's an old tendon in there that they didn't fix. I mean, ligament. There's an old ligament they didn't fix. It's going to pop again. He's going to be a gunshot fighter. Most people who come from Tommy John surgery, man, they don't be the same.
No.
They lose a little oomph on their thing. And what makes Matthew Stafford special is he had a cannon. Now, if he loses a little bit of that cannon, he's not worth it. Why not go after the 26-year-old quarterback that's an MVP that is accurate as hell if he's received? I mean, God, the Ravens just picked up Nelson Aguilar, who got questionable hands at best. Like, that is your best receiver? Is Nelson Aguilar, and you want me to come on.
Even with Lamar, almost out the door, you would think they would at least try to pick up some players just for in case they do sign him. They're putting him back in a situation where it's all on him.
Yeah.
And it shouldn't be like that. But if he came to New York and he had nice running backs and he's going to have a killer receiver core, I can see him doing work in New York.
I would not be against this. And going to the Colts. The Colts are all they're missing some quarterback too. If I'm the Colts, I'm going all in now. Why wait till the draft?
Yeah.
Why wait? Why are we waiting? Like I have never seen an MVP just sitting out there. All you got to do is offer him $200 million guaranteed. He probably signed for you, and you got an MVP for like at least 6 years.
Nah, I would give him a Mahomes contract.
I'm just saying,
give him close to what Mahomes.
Most reports are saying, they'll give him about a 5 or 6 year deal. You got him a 5 or 6 year deal. That's cool. That's still a long-term deal. He's 26, he'll be 32 when that's up. And, I mean, you got him in his prime. Like, he's in his prime. Why go after Aaron Rodgers who's out of his prime? That makes 0 sense. And that's why I go up to the Jets brass and be like, y'all are going to fuck it up. Aaron Rodgers he fucks up the locker room because he's antisocial. He don't talk to people. You got a young roster with the Jets. Why fuck it up? Why fuck it up?
Who knows? Maybe this young roster will bring him out of his shell. You know what I'm saying? Give him that energy. Because if you really think about it, yeah, he had some players in Green Bay, but these last couple of years, everybody's been banged up.
Nah, but he throws people under the bus. You can't do that with a young roster. You cannot throw nobody under the bus when they're a young roster because young people don't know how to handle it. And that's what's been going on. Green Bay started getting younger, and he threw all those young people under the bus, and they let him down last year. They let him down because it's like, you know what? Fuck Aaron Rodgers. That's what they said. Basically, fuck Rodgers. What has he won?
I don't think that I would have kept him until he was going to retire. You know, a couple of more, maybe 2 more years.
They give up 1 for that bitch ass Rodgers. They're not gonna give up a 1.
No,
that's the whole lot. They want a 1 for a 39-year-old quarterback. They out their damn mind.
And they want this year's number 1, which is 13th or something like that.
How about this? You take a 4th round pick and love it. That's what you're gonna do. And you keep fucking with me, you're gonna get a 6th round pick. Keep playing. It's gonna only tomorrow he's gonna be older than he is today. He only getting fucking older. Not like he's reaching his prime. Like football years is not like real years, like real life years. 39, of course, that's not that old in real time. But in football years, you're an old man.
I think what's really holding up the process, they want the Jets to eat a lot of this money that Green Bay still owes them. And I don't think the Jets want to eat all that money.
If I'm going to eat this money, you're going to get a 6th round pick.
Yeah.
You're not going to get a high pick.
Now, no, listen, like you said, at 39 years old, he's not worth a number 1.
Hell no. Not worth a number 2. Maybe a number 3.
I would say, yeah, 3 and a conditional 4 or 5 next year. If you want to go that route, you get 2 picks, but you're getting a 3 and a 5, a conditional 5 for next year. You're not getting my number 1 this year. No way.
1 through 4. If I did that contract, I'm giving you a 6. See me in the same boat. You know, I got to eat that contract. You're going to take the 6 and love it. And I'll give you a conditional 7 next year.
Yeah, if you're lucky. If you're lucky.
Not per year. He's not going to be cheaper than him per year. Lamar's not going to get 60 a year.
No.
Lamar going to get maybe 50, around 50. That's what he really asking for. Rodgers is 60 a year. 2 years, $120 million. That's 60 a year. He's the highest paid quarterback in the league, but like a yearly.
Yeah.
Because, you know, they messed around with Deshaun money. Deshaun coming up next year, he'll be it. But per money-wise, Aaron Rodgers is the highest paid player in the highest player. I think he is the highest paid player in the NFL. If you're going money-wise. 60 a year.
Listen, I mean, that statement, Anthony, if they spread out the contract, they can sign Lamar Jackson.
Yes, I will give him 2 first-round picks because Lamar Jackson is a proven commodity that is young. It's not like, I know Aaron Rodgers is a proven commodity, but he's not young. So you're not getting banged for the buck. Lamar Jackson will be good for, man, how these NFL quarterbacks are going for at least 10, 12 years. He's going to be good.
Yes. I agree with that statement. 10, if that's what I'm saying, spread his contract out for 10 years. Give him what he wants money-wise, You're getting a proven MVP that's been in the playoffs every year since he's come into the league. Now you're giving him an unlimited amount of weapons. You're giving him receivers. You're giving him running backs. He got tight ends in a top 5 defense that the Ravens haven't had a top 5 defense in years. And I think that you make more noise spending a little bit of more money on Lamar Jackson than spending the money on for 2 years of Aaron Rodgers. I mean, it would be the smarter move. He don't get hurt that much. And he would, listen, everything wouldn't be put on Lamar's shoulders. When Lamar's with the Ravens, they give him one receiver, a half-ass running back, and then go ahead, win us games. He's coming in with a running back that he would be coming in with a running back that was almost rookie of the year. He has a rookie of the year receiver. He has 2 solid tight ends. They brought in Lazard from the Green Bay Packers, and I know they're freeing money to sign Odell. Odell will be a Jet. You give Lamar Jackson all those weapons, you tell me he can't do better than Mahomes.
Yeah, he can. But I'm just saying, you saying the Ravens gonna match. Not if it's too high. Because why not give him what he was asking for already?
Yeah. Why do you have to wait until somebody offers him something when you should have offered it to him even maybe before this season? You should have already had an extension.
Not a Ravens fan.
Nah.
Saints fan, baby. Jets fan and the Saints fan. Nah, not a Ravens fan, but we started talking about the Jets, and plan B should be Lamar Jackson.
Yes. He should have been plan A.
Yeah.
Because if you would have showed him that you wanted him from the beginning, he'd be more susceptible of maybe working it out that I won't take 200 million guaranteed. You know what I'm saying? You're showing me that you want me, spread my contract out, and let's make a run of this.
All right. You saying there's a market for Lamar? The market should set. Deshaun Watson set the market. The market is what it is. Why are we keep fussing about this shit? Kyler Murray, he's the floor. I mean, but if you look at it like that, it's something between Deshaun Watson and Kyler Murray. That's the market. We don't need to know nothing else about the market. The market is set. The market is the market. I guarantee you when Joe Burrow becomes a free agent, he is not going to have to wait this long. I guarantee you when Justin Herbert becomes a free agent, we ain't got to worry about this long. No, it's why it's only on Lamar. I'm like, because Lamar has something that Justin Herbert and Joe Burrow doesn't have, and that's an MVP.
Yes.
None of them got Super Bowl rings. So the only thing that could take him out is the MVP. The Ravens are being cheap. And by being cheap, you lose out. They disrespected the MVP. Hey, Lala.
The only thing hey, Lala. The only thing that scared me about all the new reports that are coming out is that the fact that the Jets are interested in Ezekiel Elliott.
Oh, good Lord. No, y'all don't need it.
No, I know we don't need it, but
y'all have running backs.
We have at least 3. And one of them was almost it was almost rookie of the year.
Let him go to the Bengals. Let him go somewhere
now
else.
They're saying Zeke might go to the Eagles.
Eagles, Bengals, y'all, that was the 3 he picked. Either the Bengals or the Eagles. He needs to go. And maybe he want to go to the Eagles to play Dallas twice. I don't know. But
Yeah,
Zeke
to prove to
done for.
them that they should have never let him go.
Zeke is done for.
Yeah.
When you start seeing, the birds go, he just a plodding running back. I wouldn't want him. I wouldn't want Zeke on my team. Not if I'm a Jets
Nah, I
player.
wouldn't either.
If I got Brees
Yo,
Hall,
he
what the hell I
doesn't.
need Zeke for?
He don't stay healthy. Why would you want somebody that's consistently hurt on your team? Let me find out Gardner's sending out tweets and shit again.
But man, my team didn't do too bad in free agency. Saints didn't do too bad in free agency so far. We talked about Jamal Williams last time we was on here. Yeah, we picked up, Jonathan Abram, who is a hit or miss. I kind of like that one. We picked up Lonnie Johnson. He's pretty decent. I'm just saying, all we missing is a receiver. I'm like, for my team, fuck it. We got some money left because of the restructure of the contract. Go after OBJ. We need a second receiver. And OBJ will be a great second receiver.
And all he's looking for is $20 million. $20 million a season. That's all he's looking for.
Listen, we'll have Olave in the slot, Michael Thomas, and OBJ on the corners. It would be dangerous. Now, it'd be up on to Derek Carr. We gave you the weapons. Now it's on you. Now we're gonna see what kind of quarterback Derek Carr is. That's my next move. If I'm the Saints, I'm going after OBJ. I'm saying, look, OBJ, come on home, come play. That's our only other weakness because Olave is I think more of a slot receiver than he is an outside receiver. So if you have Olave in the slot, he's dangerous.
Yes.
Who would you double cover? You can't double cover Michael Thomas. You can't double cover OBJ, and you can't leave Olave alone in the slot. It'll be a three-headed monster at receiver.
And then all you need is a running back that could at least give you 3 or 4 yards of carry.
Jamal Williams until Alvin Kamara come back. Jamal Williams is a good running back.
Yeah.
Got the backfield covered. Kamara gone for 6 games. He gone for 6. So, yeah, you have Jamal Williams fill in for those 6, and then when Kamara come back, you really are dangerous.
Yeah.
Like y'all getting all these damn Raider players. It's time to go big. Go big. People, please go big.
I know that you feel great that that even if Carr goes down, they ain't going to the red BB gun because he's out of town.
I love it. I'm like, man, because if Carr goes down, I think Jameis would come in there and set it on fire, and then he will be gone next year because somebody's gonna take him. But I believe.
Listen, he could beat Carr out in the preseason. You don't know.
They're not going.
He's coming back healthy.
Yeah, but he's not going to beat them out. They paying him too much money. That's what I'm trying to say. If they didn't play Carr that much money, Carr's job is safe. Now all he can do is ball out and show what he can do for the preseason. First take say, yeah, I wouldn't mind him going back with Joe Burrow. Yes, I was going to get to that when we got to that, but my bracket is officially busted because I had picked Alabama to win it all. So fuck March Madness. My bracket is done. Like all my people are done. They're done.
I didn't get to set up a bracket. I was going to do it with what Nasty sent us, but I lost track, and then it already started, and I was like, I ain't going to do that now.
And we're just going to wrap up. We're going to put a bow on this NFL stuff. It's just, I'm just saying, we did solid stuff. The Giants did solid stuff. I can't even lie.
Yes.
The Giants did some solid things. They are very solid. They are very, 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 very solid. Let me see who else. The Bears. To me, the Bears won fucking. The Bears and the Texans, they won free agency. And there's Doc. The Doc is in.
Look at Doc.
Yeah, all professional and shit.
He looked like Stephen A. Smith.
He look cold. He look like he got a jacket on like he freezing.
He's out there in the field.
And my office is cool, so you know I had a day in the office, and by the time I get here, it's about time to get rolling with here. So here I am, professional and whatnot.
Yeah, well, we just were saying the big winners and losers of free agency. I picked the Bears and the Texans had the best. The Texans really had the best off season so far because, man, when I was in Virginia, my cousin is a Texas fan, and all you kept showing me was what they were getting. They got Dalton Schultz, they got Denzel Perry, they got the doggone Texan moves. The Devin Singletary, they're making some moves, and then the Bears made some damn great moves, but they have the most cap money, so
yes,
they got money. They, got a bunch of picks from Carolina for this number one for this year. It's, murder's row for.
The Pats made some nice moves though to make up for it. They picked up DJ Chalk today. They picked up, they got Von Bell from the Bengals. So they made some moves, but they made the worst moves. But this to jump up that far for these, I'll be shocked. CJ Stroud.
Is that me? I think that audio thing happening again, or is it me? I think it might be me.
No. I was gonna say something. I didn't want to interrupt you saying it, but yeah, the audio is starting to mess up on you, Mo.
Y'all can hear me now?
Yeah.
We can hear you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it just blanked out for a second. When it blanked, my screen blanked. Oh, shit. That's why I was like, I stopped talking. But is it good now?
We good.
Yeah, it sounds good. It sounds good.
All right. Dealing with computers, sometimes they have a mind their own sometimes. But
it happens.
Yeah, I just was just saying the Panthers made some moves. They just made a dumb move to get CJ Stroud. The rest of them I don't want to touch.
Anthony says two winners, Bears and Lions.
Oh, I forgot about the Lions too. The Lions did make some good moves too.
Yes, they did. Solid moves.
These are all people with cap space though. So if they didn't do it, I just want to say CJ Gardner-Johnson. You could have asked for me the Lions. That's what the Saints offered you. See, you thought you were. I told people is what the Saints offered them. $8 million a year type of player.
I made a comment on I think it was maybe NFL Instagram or whatever. I said he did all that. He moved all around and he wound up going to New Orleans Midwest. Because that's all it is New Orleans Midwest.
And he feels stupid because the Saints offered you 0.5 more than what you're getting. So yeah, they gave you five. They was going to offer you 500 more K than what you're getting. And now, and you'd have had a long-term deal. You'd have had a 3 or 4 year deal for $8 million a year. What you're getting paid with the Lions?
This one for
He is the biggest loser, the
1
biggest
year.
bag fumbler. Fumble the bag, CJ. And then he can't come back because he talked bad about the organization. So couldn't.
Well, this is way past the Sean Payton era. It's not like we're gonna hold a grudge, or I don't
Nah,
think the powers that be there will hold a
who
grudge.
traded him? It was Dennis Allen who traded him. So he was talking bad about Dennis Allen. Dennis Allen said, "Fuck it, don't want him." Should have went to
Well,
Denver. Should have begged Sean Payton in Denver. Yes, he gambled on
yeah.
himself and lost.
Yeah, lost big
Well,
time.
I mean, you have two moves that kind of highlights what happened. Well, with in the Saints realm or whatever. So I seen that when you were talking about earlier with Von Bell, coming down to Carolina. So Von Bell obviously couldn't stay out the NFC South. He's a local hero, so to speak, for the Saints. And with who's that I'm thinking about? With I don't want to say CD. Who's that? Who's the receiver? Marquez. He's going to Denver, where he's going to follow Sean Payton. He just wound up signing the deal today. I don't know for how much, but I do know that Denver wound up getting him. I mean, it hurt a little bit. It hurt our receiving room a little bit, but obviously, with this draft and the 29th pick, and obviously with can't guard Mike coming back, Olave being who he is, not really missing too much out that receiving room.
Yeah,
I think the NFL this year is going to be very interesting.
Definitely.
Very.
Definitely.
And then Cat, we knew he was gonna leave and probably go to Denver. Sean Payton just trying to take all his players he had here and bring them to Denver. That's what he's trying to do. And what did the Bills do? The Bills did picked up a couple people. Nothing too splashy.
Well, perhaps with the Brandon Cook signing in Dallas, that kind of opens the door to see if OBJ, would be willing to go to Buffalo, because they've been saying New York or whatever, but it could be the Giants again. It might be Buffalo.
The biggest thing they did was
from what I hear, the Jets freeing up money to bring OBJ in. That's what I heard. The trade of Moore to the Browns was to free up that money to offer him at least $20 million a season, maybe for like 2 years. He comes to the Jets. That could be dangerous.
Yeah, that's gonna be dangerous.
I saw. I'm just not worrying about March Madness anymore. My brackets are to shit. So I'm not even worried about
I didn't even do brackets. Y'all know what my
this is going to be.
man.
No, and it's in Houston. I mean, the Final Four is in Houston, and Houston getting the shit kicked out of them by Miami. Alabama, the number 1 overall seed, lost to San Diego State. Man, it's just, it's pretty bad. It's the brackets are fucked. And since you want to bring up the brackets, we can talk about March Madness. It's been a year of the upsets. Like, upsets happened. We had a 16 seed beat a 1.
Yeah.
Purdue lost. I'm glad I betted on the FDU game. At least money. I'm just saying, there are all kind of upsets. Let's see. Creighton beat Baylor. Shit. Princeton. Man, I mean, Princeton in the Sweet 16 going against Creighton. San Diego State beat Alabama. Florida Atlantic beat Tennessee.
See, this is that Final Four, or this is the tournament where you don't have all those blue bloods in there, for these underdogs. I guess they can write this Cinderella story and complete it, because I honestly don't know who's up in there, and
Yeah,
I'm a
men and
fan of
women.
this time of the year.
Yeah.
I
See,
I love.
people are going to schools now. It's not just the blue bloods no more. Everybody got NIL deals. So you're starting to see peachy little upstart schools beat the big school.
That's all fine and gravy. But I don't know anybody. I don't know a player. It's funny because I don't have a player to follow, nor do I know a team that I would be like, okay, that would be my second and third. Like when I go into the brackets, I go into the bracket with at least four teams. Not saying that I want one of these teams to win, but I know I can follow somebody or a story regarding these schools, and I don't know anyone. I don't know anybody or anything. I only know about Alabama because obviously all the drama that ensued with them and that situation that happened early in the season. Like, but
And the best
when my
player in the
fellows was
draft.
out of it, that was it.
I'm saying the best player is the dude who was involved in the shooting, Miller. That's why I picked him to win it all because they had the best team. And you never know. San Diego State came up. Michigan State lost. I said, but they upset. Who did they upset? They
So
upset the
yeah,
Marquette.
Michigan State would have been, that was the next blue blood that I know of
They
because of
upset
their
the Marquette
coach.
and they lost to Kansas State. There's Texas still available. UCLA, well, no, Gonzaga beat UCLA, so Gonzaga still in there. It's the blue blood one I can really say. Kind. Gonzaga. I know about Gonzaga, and they used to get whooped.
And Gonzaga, to a degree, they still
They
kind of
get
new
beat
to
by
this.
Miami.
They still kind of new to this because they just arrived on the scene maybe 2022. 2002, 2000. I'm not. I'm not trying to dump on them. I'm not trying to rain on the white parade, but
I mean, Miami is beating their ass.
Miami is stomping Houston.
And this is not football. We're not talking about
No,
football.
no, yeah, this ain't football. A lot can
We
happen.
talking
They
about
got
basketball.
time there. They got time there. It's. I'm looking at 5 minutes to go.
We losing by 14. For I see.
Yeah, yeah, I'm looking at that too. I mean, let's
And
see. And then you
women's
look at the games for
game,
tomorrow. You got FAU, Kansas State, UConn, and Gonzaga. So, wow. Yeah.
looking in the women's one just upsets out the wazoo.
Now, I was listening to it on the radio. I don't know who it was, but it was obviously on ESPN. So obviously, these are the experts, these are the analysts who follow this stuff all year. And somebody made a comment. I think the host of the show made a comment, said, "What about LSU women?" And the person up there, giving a spiel, it was like, "What about them?" Like, so that 30-2 record ain't saying nothing. Like, you're not impressed with that whatsoever. Like
Yes.
I know there's no moral victories. Oh, I'm sorry, Anthony, I missed your comment. I know there's no moral victories, but I think getting to this point, they got to the Sweet 16, and now they kind of they're moving on. They advance, going to the Elite Eight. First
Elite
time
Eight against Miami.
since I want to say it was 2008, if I'm not mistaken. But for the first time since then, at any point, anything that they do, that's kind of a win because this was a young team, and with the coach they have now is, she's learning the culture. One, she learned the culture. One, it's not like she wasn't a proven winner. She was a proven winner, but you're coming in, you got to start over with this new program, the culture here, and you're getting these group of women to a championship status already. like what we was expecting it, but now y'all kind of cooking, and y'all cooking with grease. Like y'all hot right now. Like this point forward, and if they advance, man, they might throw a parade down here just for that, just
Yeah,
to get
it's
into the Final Four.
they tried to cheat LSU today though. They were cheating for Utah ass today. They fouled out two of their best players. Angel Reese was sitting on the bench, and LSU pulled it out. I mean, Angel Reese been balling, man. Like,
Oh man, that girl, she's so dominant. I mean, I haven't caught a full game, but from her highlights, yeah, when she gets to the league, when she gets to the WNBA, it's gonna be problems. It's scary
Anthony,
hours,
she's from
man.
Baltimore, Anthony. She's from Baltimore. So shout out. She's from your region. Man, it's like the Final Four is just you got brackets, and if you somewhat good, more power to you. But everybody else then threw their brackets in the trash. I threw the trash already. It's 3.
I'm pretty sure brackets already completely done. Like, I'd be
Dude,
surprised if they got one that's remaining right now.
there's
Too
no
many,
perfect
too many
bracket in the mix.
upsets.
There's no perfect
Way
bracket.
like,
None.
yeah, you ain't getting no perfect bracket this year. There's no way that people just
It was
anticipated that.
done by the last
It,
weekend.
it was pandemonium.
Last weekend it was done. Like they say, there's no brackets after the round of 32. That's how bad it was.
I mean, not to get thrown off from this year's, bracket and how things played out, but I got to chopping it up with a guy who watches the lobby down at the office, and he was like, "Say, so you like Carolina, huh?" He's like, "You know why they lost, right?" So he got like an insider. I mean, I don't know how true it is. I never had a chance to look it up, but I mean, it is interesting if I can't find a thread in the story. Dude said the guard and the other like star forward or somebody, like they got into it because they going with the same girl. Like I don't know if one was playing grimy on the other, or the girl was just trying to say, man, hey man, who's gonna be the hottest? Like whose draft capital is higher? I'm gonna go with that guy. I don't know what happened, but I know. Well, from what he's saying, the two guys got into it in the locker room, and it was like, man, look, talk about no championship stuff. Like, hey, bro,
Didn't they
what you
get on
doing?
it? Didn't they go at it on the floor?
So I
That is
don't
crazy.
know. I
I
mean, I
could
went to the game,
I could have
but
sworn I saw one dude pushing another dude
it
during
probably
like
did
when they
happen.
went to timeout.
Yeah, it probably did happen. I mean, I got there kind of late. I got there about halftime because I was debating whether to go. And fortunately enough, I got my wife who got my best interest at heart. She's like, "Say, bro, if you don't go to this, you're gonna regret it." I like, you know what, you're right. And I just pulled up, found some tickets, and I got there about halftime. From there, I was like, man, oh, we up. Man, all I gotta do is just sit back and just wait for the final. Yeah, that final came a little sooner than I wanted it to. And Kansas kept these runs going. I'm like, say, bro, ain't no way. And the rest is
Well,
history.
uh, Carolina had the worst collapse I've ever seen. They were preseason number 1.
I honestly, now I don't know for sure, but I really want to blame Babcock. Like he was, I mean, he was a dog playing last year up to some point in this season, and then it's like he lost that dog, he got hurt, and then I haven't like Carolina was just I don't know, it was just like they was just there. It was like we just exist. Like we're gonna rely on our name. People gonna collapse on us because of our name, and it wasn't that. Why gonna collapse on y'all because of your name? Y'all gotta go out there and play the game, man. And nobody's out here, you know, showing that hey, man, I'm worthy of wearing these colors. Like I'm worthy of being here. Like no one was doing that. It's like, oh well, we just gonna hype the team up because it's Carolina. And don't get me wrong, I'm a Carolina fan. I'm gonna go Hey, I'm a rep regardless. Good, bad, and different. I'm gonna rep. But you can't go out there and be like, say, man, I'm on a team. Say, baby, I'm a big man. Like, show me some love. You can't do that, man. You gotta go out there and you gotta earn it, man. Jordan didn't become no Jordan overnight. Jordan was out there working. Jordan in the gym, 4, 5 in the morning, brother. What are you doing? Man, look, we got it. I'm gonna set my alarm 5 o'clock in the morning, probably get an hour in. Nah, bro, you gotta. If you out there, if you want if you trying to get all that fame and fortune, say, brother, you got to put
Watch
in
out
the
for
work.
Caitlin Clark from Iowa. She shoots like Curry. She shoots like Curry because Iowa still in there. Man,
I mean,
the women's.
I haven't been really paying attention that much. Just catching when, something comes up of an upset, and all I know is that I knew brackets were going downhill.
Game
To the
one,
lot.
night one bracket to hell. I have never seen a. This is what makes it so great. This is why I like March Madness over the NBA. You never know. One shot. You got one game. You don't have 4 games to win.
Single
You have
game
one
elimination.
game. Yep. One game. And you roll through. The best team gonna win. And if the NBA do it like that, I guarantee you the shit will be more exciting. You'll be like, I know the best teams can beat me if I play them 4 times. But if I have one shot to bust you in the mouth and win and eliminate you, man, look. And that's
when the situation is set up right, now, when you have teams that's just evenly matched, kind of like when we was discussing a few weeks ago, when what series was that we were thinking about? We were talking about the Dallas and Golden State, that Baron Davis led Golden State team against that Dirk, just who seemed unstoppable until they ran into that team. Like, this team was evenly matched. It was like it's dog versus dog, like your best dog versus my best dog, and it just so happens. I want to say Golden State pulled it out in 5, 6. I want to say 6. 6? Like, say, man, like, we didn't expect this. Like, yeah, when the NBA running like that, then by all means. Or in most recent memory, with the Pelicans and the Suns. Like, the Pelicans was just hot. They went to a play-in. They started off as 10 and fought their way to that 8. It was like, say, man, look, we hungry. We out here, we got a team, man. We want to show that we can win. Like, they made all these moves, and for some, it was working out. All until, they ran out of gas. It was like, Phoenix was like, say, bro, we can't go down like that. And Phoenix would say, you know what? Hey, we got the better team, and they did. And they beat the Pelicans. And when you got stuff like that, then I'm all for it. This playing now, I mean, as it's currently set up, I want to say the Lakers are at 10. Who's that at 9? Can't think. Matter of fact, I'm about to. I had something pulled up. It was right there. You see, so I know exactly who's where. These standings.
Lakers 10, Pelicans 9.
Oh, I'm looking 8. At us 10. Pelicans 10 because they did catch.
I'm looking on Google. Y'all are 9.
Oh wow!
I tell you, on Google, y'all are 9. Lakers are 10. Mavericks are 8. Timberwolves are 7.
I don't know when it's updated, but I'm looking at ESPN. So it had us at 10, Lakers at 9, Dallas 8, and Minnesota 7. So Minnesota and Dallas, obviously, it really don't matter. Either way, you got a superstar that's gonna get that 7th spot, and us versus the Lakers. I mean, I've been talking crap all season. I was like, if they got to play us for a single game elimination, I thought we had the number, but that was when we was healthy. Now we ain't so healthy, and I'm not so sure because AD still out here, and I don't know, he's trying to prove people wrong. All of a sudden now he's worth the investment.
On the list that I'm looking on, it's Lakers at 10, Pelicans 9, the Mavs are at 8, the Wolves are at 7.
Yeah, they just got the Pelicans and the Lakers flipped. I don't know who owns the tiebreaker, so
it should be the Lakers because the Lakers have the series advantage. They beat us 3-1. And
no, I think the Pelicans probably got the percentage points because they have a better record in conference.
Okay, well that might do it then. I mean, that's how it stands right now because
if y'all don't get Krispy Kreme back, y'all gonna be number 11.
Well, it's pretty much the season because if we're gonna reevaluate him, and they say another 2 weeks. In another 2 weeks,
I have never seen a hamstring injury last this long.
This man has been out since January 2nd.
I have never seen 2 months
weeks.
3 months to get a damn hamstring together. I have never seen this ever in the history of hamstring injuries. Have never heard it. I see people tear their hamstring and come back.
You are telling me they said this man could return to full court activities. Okay, he's going full court, and we got to reevaluate in 2 weeks. In 2 weeks,
John Morant then showed a gun, then beat up a kid, then did all this stuff, served a suspension, and he still beat on the court before Zion.
He got time away from the game. He then went to the doctor. He had to get, a psychiatric evaluation.
He had a whole week therapy long session, and Zion still didn't make it to the court.
He was Jim Carrey and Ace Ventura wearing a tutu. The dude did all this and came back.
John Morant had a whole strip club bender, and he still made it to the court before Zion Williamson, man.
No, we got something on Zion. The headline news: Zion has a tattoo.
Yes. So his fat ass can get up and get a tattoo.
Can we get him back to work? Can we have that as breaking news?
No time out. He need to get the tattoo gun on that hamstring. He needs something to activate that hamstring because I have no idea. I have never seen this before. A hamstring injury that's not a tear that keeps you out for 3 months. Come on, man.
10 going on 11 weeks, talking about a hamstring injury. I'm up here looking at it. I was ready to post.
Fucking hamstring.
I was ready. I had everything ready. I'm like, say, bro, Zion coming back today. It's the 22nd now. We got everything ready because I haven't heard anything. I haven't heard that he's been delayed, hurt, no setbacks. So we got to reevaluate him.
They say Zion spent more time in the tattoo artist's chair than he has on the basketball court this year.
Because he has. Man, this dude here, I said, say, bro, I'm so ready. I was like, say, bro, Zion about to come back, boy. It's about to be up. Watch me win these 10 straight games. Okay, so I'm gonna be sitting out for the next 2 weeks. I'm telling this dude, if he's cleared, there's gonna be 3 games left. 3. And nobody's gonna give 2 dog craps about it. No one's gonna care. Like, I mean, I will, obviously, because I'm a fan, but everybody gonna be looking for like, okay, well, either you got a playing spot or you don't. Whatever happens, bro, we don't care. Like, that's what the bogus thing is, man. Like, I'm gonna be sitting here all interested, waiting to see how these playoffs land, and then I'm gonna be like, well, my team, they might not. I don't know.
He's Greg Oden. Man had a hamstring injury since January 2nd.
January 2nd. Going on.
He played 1 year. He had 1 game in the new year this man played. But you said it yourself. We're 80 days to the new year. We're 80 days. For 80 days, this man for 79 days, this man been hurt with a hamstring injury. For 79 days.
Hamstring. This man ain't got a masseuse.
79 days hamstring, bro.
He's just sitting down because of his hamstring, bro. It's unbelievable. He ain't got no doctor that can rub that out. Pause.
Man,
You ain't got no equipment.
He needed Deshaun Watson masseuse because that kept his hamstrings together. You never heard Deshaun Watson have a injured hamstring ever. We have never see him put injured hamstring.
Brothers built like Buicks hitting Deshaun Watson up. Deshaun said, "Say, baby, won't you just go a little lower?" And he could be out there, be available the very next week, or because they got to go to practice on Wednesday, so they play on Sundays, and he go to work 3 days later. And ain't nothing wrong with him. But Zion got a hamstring injury, and he out for 10 going on 11 weeks. Can't do nothing. He can't participate in court activities. He can't practice.
He can get this. This is what he can get.
But he can get a whole Mark Zion. Like, yeah, let's make a commercial about it too. Let's go ahead. Like, bro,
he's getting that same stigma like AD. The guy can't stay healthy.
He is Greg Oden. I'm giving you what he is. He passed AD. He's Greg Oden.
AD, at least you see AD. You don't even see this man. This man be up there. Anytime you see this dude in the sweatsuit, in the Jordan sweatsuit. That's the only
this
time
man is all walking around the defense and shit. Talking about he hurt. Man, come on. I went to 2 separate games, and this man was hurt for both of them. And they were like months apart. So he was hurt in November, and then he came back, got hurt again in January. Like, come on.
Hurt again.
Come on.
He got rubber band tendons and shit.
I don't know what's going on with his hamstrings, but he need to go get him some new ones.
Man, look, y'all gotta put this man in a hyperbarical time chamber or something, man. Like,
you gotta keep this man away from the Krispy Kremes. Fuck all that.
But look, that's the homie though, man. I got he on the squad. As long as he on the squad, I gotta ride with the dude. Just like I'm riding.
Is he on the squad though, Eric? Is he on the squad?
Yes, he is. He's a
he hasn't been on the squad for 79 days.
Man, look.
He holds a seat. That's about it. He keeps his seat warm. That's
tired of taking these L's, man. I've been taking L after L. I had to take L's with Mike T.
You were so happy. Y'all, when y'all was in first place before the All-Star break.
Man, I was out there ready.
And remember what I said? I said, if Zion gets hurt, that happiness gonna turn it to a frown.
I'm thinking.
What do you do?
I'm thinking, oh yeah, he gonna be happy. He gonna be cool because he got his new contract. You know, it's tied to him being available, him playing games. Yeah. Another L.
I'm telling you right now. Y'all try to curse me. You try to curse me last year. You try to tell me that he was coming to the Knicks. I am glad he didn't come to the Knicks.
All right, Ryan.
Hey, Ryan.
Good, Ryan. Man, listen. I wanted that so bad. I'm like, go to the Knicks.
You were trying to fuck up my shit. At least my Knicks are sitting at number 5.
Man, look.
My Pistons been out of the running for the first week of the season, so I don't care. Misery love company.
Game and a half, maybe half a game out of 4th place. 4th place mean they hosting. They gonna be starting the home series. They got the advantage.
Just tell them wait till y'all win the series before they celebrate. You gotta wait till you win the celebrate.
Yes.
Make sure you don't do the Hawk shit all over again. Won a game and lost their fucking minds and then got blitzed out the building.
Man. But they ain't got to worry about Trey. I heard Trey not even happy in Atlanta. So the Knicks might have a shot if they play. Well, even if they play the Hawks, if the Hawks are in it. I don't know.
No, the Hawks are the 8th place. They're going to be in the play. The Hawks are the player.
Okay,
Hawks ain't doing good.
Yeah. Hey.
No.
I like NBA playoffs. I will sit there and I'm watching series.
But I'm
Every
saying if you
series
want
come on TNT.
more exciting shit, it's the NCAA though, because you never know. Like
Because you
this
don't
tournament
know.
is going,
It's
you never know.
single
You like
elimination,
who
brother.
the
You got one game against a team you never played, or you did,
or
but
never
most likely you
seen.
didn't. You never seen them. You never heard of nobody, and they might come out there, shooting it from the parking lot. They might be lacing it from the parking lot. It could be, I don't know, on the bench with the coach, lacing it. Be like, hey, bro, can't stop
Man,
it.
who is this?
Ain't nothing you can
Willacoochee
do. If
State?
your brother hot, he hot.
Man, they lost to Willacoochee State. They didn't won. They didn't won. Who the hell is Willacoochee State?
I'm about to tell you.
That's what they gonna
William
say.
Walker Chocolate Factory University.
ICDC, ICDC College came up with the upset. Who the hell?
But I kind of agree.
University. Man, come on, man. What is this?
I kind of agree with what Mo said earlier. Maybe not one and done in the NBA playoffs, but go best 2 out of 3 instead of 7.
Yeah. Oh, he said do best 3 out of 3. Yep. Did he say the same thing as you?
Yeah, now I'm saying the same thing. The best 2 out of 3. So that this way, 1, the season goes quicker, and 2, you got to come to play. When 7 games, you can stretch it out 7 games.
If you got a better team, you most likely gonna win in 7 games. Let's be real. If you got the better talent over a 7-game period, that better talent usually wins.
Yes.
Playing out their mind. Somebody has to play out their mind like Dirk did.
Adam
Silver
has a real problem to address because I have no idea what's in the water. I don't know what's going on. Because it seems like in the blink of an eye, these marquee players, these star players, they stop being available. Like they're not playing.
Paul George is hurt now, so the Clippers are gone.
Guys are hurt. You're not even hearing people taking off. Because usually you have, especially in the law where we don't have football or NFL football. And that's when the NBA will take over. Like they don't even take over highlights anymore. They don't even take over the morning shows. Morning shows are still talking about football stuff. We are 2 months removed from football. Well, a month and a half.
I said because, bro, they don't play defense.
But
they don't.
That's what I'm saying. So
you don't play defense.
And that's
so the games are not exciting.
They're not playing defense, but people are still hurt and not available. Like, what is really going on to where we can't catch anything that's saying, oh, okay, what can't get that kind of, you can't get the attention that you should warrant. Just like it's the NBA, your organization. Like you got international stuff going on. You got your international players is big. You have your big stars that's here. Your Jason Tatum's. LeBron James is still here. You got
he's
young
hurt.
cat that's supposed to be taking over.
Hurt.
Look, I know. But Bron, let's call it spade a spade. Bron is not gonna not be the face of the league until he decides to leave. Like,
shouldn't be
good, bad, and different. If you are a fan or not, like if you respect this game or if you don't.
He shouldn't be for what he did at the house party. What he did at the house party, he shouldn't be the fucking bane of the. He should be fucking put in jail for what he did at the house party.
I didn't see.
If anybody's seen that fucking shit,
I heard it was terrible.
No, I didn't hear. I didn't see.
It was horrible. It looked like a Tubi movie. It was Tubi. So fuck LeBron James. I'll say it right now for what he did to the house party. That's how bad it was. I watched it last night and I said, good Lord.
Now I got a question because I saw something on the internet the other day. Supposedly he went and got some special treatment shit in somewhere in Europe that supposedly it's considered what do you call it? It's like steroids or whatever. Now, does that mess with his? Does that mess with his You know how they ride him so much in the NBA? If he gets
No,
caught using a performance enhancing drug?
it's not even like
So
that. It just helps you recover quicker. It's platelet stuff. They just drain your blood out and replenish it. Kobe had that before they called it a PED, but it helps you recover faster. He just have a bum ankle, which all you had to do is rest it for a week or two and be fine. But he comes want to do the shit from Germany, trying to get the fountain of youth. It does help you recover faster. It's
I know,
performance enhancing, but it's not a
well,
drug.
rather I don't know, but from my understanding, I want to say each league, association, whatever you want to call it, they have their own list of, I guess, the drugs that are banned. Like if a player is caught having that, then obviously they'll have
Yes,
disciplinary actions that'll fall upon them. To the boys, I ain't with them. I'm about to tell you, Anthony. You telling me?
it's not
Say
a
a lot to put
drug.
people in the back.
It's platelet
Excuse me.
replacement surgery. So it's basically they're taking your own blood and they just target it in the area. It's a performance enhancing surgery, not a drug. So it's not like he's taking drugs.
But it's banned by the NBA.
Yeah, it is.
So then why is it that if they know he did it, he ain't suspended?
Maybe I don't know.
Well,
it's LeBron
again,
James.
like I said, to my understanding, it's certain. They have their list of things that, hey, look, we find it in your system, we come up there and random, you get caught, then they have their own set of things that they're gonna do. Like I know the stuff got to build up. I know obviously they got to tell you, they got to warn you, be like, okay, hey, look, this, that, and third, and they find you, and then they might take some games from you, then they might, do both.
But if it's already banned in the NBA, there was the warning when they added it to the list of banned things in the NBA. So why wouldn't he get suspended for doing it still?
He's LeBron James.
Yeah, well, that's bullshit.
Nah, that's what's gonna happen though. Because
that's bullshit. If that's the case, then let free John Morant.
Don't bite
he
the
is
hand
free.
you will. John came back. He already back. He just dropped like 18 from off the bench yesterday or something like that. That dude literally just came back. Oh, look at John, he's back. But that's what I'm saying. So now that kind of
here we go.
The previous point I was making with, hey, Ja is back.
Here we go. LeBron James may have gotten plasma treatment in Germany to treat his leg injury. So it was like it's the same one Kobe got in 2013. So Kobe got it. So if you say that's performance enhancing drugs, gotta say Kobe was on PEDs. It's platelet rich plasma injections, but it's
you can't do nothing. You
can't do
nothing
it's
about
not like I don't say performance enhancing. It's like it recruits your game. I don't think it'll make you go out there and 70, but it'll make you come back faster. And you need to shoot that shit in Zion's hamstring ASAP. They shoot that shit, whatever that shit is.
Whatever that goop they put Goku and them in, go put Zion in there. Like, because I'm done. This dude been here 4 years, bro, and I can probably get to maybe one full season, if that. Maybe a season and a half. He probably played 100 games, maybe. 4 years he been here. 4. Dude played about.
Okay, I got it. You said 4 years, right?
Yeah.
He played 114 games in 4 years.
Oh my God.
That ain't shit.
My God. My God.
That's barely an NBA season.
Bruh.
That's 28 and a half years.
Man, look, I don't even smoke. Say, Jay, you got a cigarette, man? Look.
That's 30 games a year. This man is not playing 30 games a year. This is fucking ridiculous.
Freaking depressed.
That is because when he's in the game, you guys are good, real good. But when he's not in the game, it's, you know what I'm saying? You guys aren't that great. I don't understand why they haven't found a way, you know, put it in his contract, like tell him to stop eating. He's got to stay at a certain weight. Something.
I don't know
it's like
what else.
He has to stop dunking the ball so much. He's too fucking big for that. He has to change his game.
Whoa! Now here's the thing. He only does dunks for highlight stuff. Like he don't do that.
He don't need to do it.
He don't do that in games like that. He really don't. Like
I seen him do a reverse 360 between the legs, between the legs against the sun.
He did that crap to make a statement at some point in the season.
And then he was hurt afterwards.
I think we must be talking about a different game because
I'm just talking about
that statement.
He did it, and then a couple months later,
he's like, "Yeah, bro, I'm that."
Yeah, bro, and he been up since January 2nd. So what statement?
I mean, okay, but that was like early in the season. That was like early in 2022. We in 2023.
He has to change his game.
We are 83 days currently in 2023.
Listen, he needs to change his game, bro.
So out of those 80 games in this 2023, how many has Zion played?
One. He played one. I think y'all played January.
I appreciate that, man. Right here, just right there.
I mean, I'm just saying.
So, and look.
Let's see.
Eric about to have a nervous breakdown.
I am, man. I'm trying to get it together.
It's gonna say next to you, the doctor is out.
Woo! Yep.
One game. He played one game against the 76ers.
Let's get this out of here.
One game. January 2nd was the last time he played.
That was it.
Did they win?
They did. No, I think we lost to Philly that night.
They lost to Philly. They lost 120 to 111, and Zion Williamson had 26.6 rebounds. One on hamstring. Done.
I said, hey, yeah, I mean, we lost Zion.
He only played 28 minutes.
That's the only reason why I remember that.
He played 28 minutes.
I don't know what else they can do because it's already in the contract. Hey, you want the guaranteed money, then you have to play games. You have to be available. Well, he's not available now. And as we counted, he has not been available for a set number of days. It's been a number of months that have passed. He had most days. He went to a whole set of games.
Now 82 of them. It's crazy.
It's
crazy. That's crazy.
It's like having the world's, most smoothest jury call, and you can't do nothing with it. It's just okay. Like that's all we got. Because obviously the marquee stays up there. You pass the stadium up, whatever. And for me, for my travel, I pass John every day. I sit there and be like, "Say, bro, I see this mural more than I see this dude on the court." Like it's just sickening. You up there looking at a showcase, be like, "Damn, bro, this is a nice car. Can't do nothing with it. It stays in the room. It stays pretty on the shelf. No one touching it. You do it like the 40-year-old version. Hey, don't take it out of his box. It loses its value." I don't know what else that the organization can do that says, hey, and we got your market value is out here. You're internationally known. People, all over the world love you. The local people love you. Hey, we want you to be, we put pieces around you. So we're focusing our team for you to be available and you to do best that you can in your game. And I mean, it's just not there. No matter, I don't know. I really don't. I'm at a loss of words. I got no excuse for it. I can't advocate for it. at this point, I'm just a sideline spectator. I'm just a guy that be like,
What do
hey.
you do when his contract is up? Do you let him go or do you sign his ass again?
So here's the thing.
You gonna
Now
want to sign him.
we're already on a new deal. This is a new deal
Yeah,
that he's on.
that's right. He's on a new deal.
You
So
saying when this one is up?
I mean, it
Yeah.
depends on. It depends. To me, everything is pivotal in year 3. Everything. So I know what I'm buying. I know what I'm getting into. I know your habits. I know how you're gonna feel about us as an organization and us as a culture. So I don't know. Everything he's saying, it sounds right.
Trading him with 1 year left on his contract. Trying to get as much as I can.
So everything sounds right. Everything to this point, besides him in the availability, it just feels right. You went in all in for a one in a generation type of talent. Like when he's out there, your team is number one, and the pieces that you put around, they were sufficient until it's like, oh, all right, well, if he's out and you put a strain on your support, and then your support is worn out, then you ain't got a team that says, okay, now we can start making damage. We can start, making a splash to where we can hold off until you're available. No one knows when he's gonna be back. Like, excuse me.
Bless you.
God bless the truth. So you don't know when he's gonna be back. When he first got hurt, we was like, okay, we're gonna evaluate this guy at the end of the month. They said 3 weeks. In 3 weeks, it was February. It's February in the past. Like, dude, we about to breeze out of March. By the time you come back, we're at the season ends on April 14th, 15th. By the time you get back, hey man, say bro, we already in playoff gear.
Yeah.
Like, hey man, you got to come in and be ready to go at the pace that the game is going. Ain't no trying to figure this out, because you might have the best of 7, but it don't really take much for a team to be like, hey man, we up 3-0. They can either BS and you could probably sneak in a game or 2 if you're lucky, but it's not in your odds that you gonna come back from you down 3-0, unless you got a Kyrie LeBron fusion dance where a dude just gonna keep busting out these 40-point games, or if you got this one megastar, you gotta bust out 80-point games. I only seen 80 once ever in my life. I only seen 80 once, and I seen 70 twice. Nope, 3 times. I seen 70 3 times.
More than twice.
So
that you had 2 times this year alone. Then you had Devin Booker a couple years ago, and then you had Dave Robinson when we was younger. 70 is the new 60.
I mean,
keep on.
Because if you really think about it, about this time last year, we probably go back to the shows that we did last year. We were probably, your team was in the same boat.
Yeah.
Not knowing
Injuries.
if Zion was gonna come back.
I know
him saying, "Oh, I'm gonna come back," and if we make it to the playoffs, like it's a strain to have to go through that as a team every damn year.
Well, clearly, I don't know when our culture kind of accepted that. I want to my recollection. I'm going back to Drew Brees. What are we in? 2023. So I'm gonna go with Drew Brees, 18-19. Like, it wasn't that, oh, I'm hurt. It's that, okay, now I'm starting to see where the fade off is. Now I'm starting to see how you trying to, like, you do other stuff to make up for the fact that you can't do this. It's like, damn, Sean Payton is a hell of a coach, because he's like, nah, we're going to get away from this, even though the game is this, but we got to do this. And then that's when you had this old Taysom experiment going on. Like, well, he's a jack of all trades because, okay, I like putting him here. I like putting him there. Like, okay, he's out there doing stuff. Well, what else can you do? And it got hot. And then all of a sudden we made that a part of the culture. You know, we try to hide the fact that, oh, well, Drew Brees ain't gonna throw that ball 20 yards down the field like that. Like, y'all be thankful for all that stuff that happened in '09 when he's setting records and all this, that, and the third. It's like, okay, yeah, he let the top off on the offense. Like, hey, yeah, man, look, we got 35 points a game, man. Like, cool. Or, you know, going with this Zion situation, oh, let's go and hide some stuff. Let's go ahead and, you know, let's do a show of hand. Look at this hand. Look at this hand. Not paying attention to what I'm doing over here. Because Zion being available, this and the third, but guess what? You know what? It's going to make people forget about all these woes and, hey, he hasn't been available. Him doing these spectacular dunks, him showing that I'm here, him doing these old highlight packages what he did in the summer league. Let me rip the ball from you, bro. And I'm gonna go ahead and dunk it since I'm right here. Cause you know, I'm like that. And this is what the people wanted to pay and thought I would be. They're gonna keep showing that over and over again. It's that showing hand. Because why? It's gonna make us forget. You know what? I haven't seen this dude in 2 months. Where has he been? It's doing that showing hand. Like, hey, look at this over here. Don't pay attention over there. Don't pay attention to that. Just look right here. Look at what I'm showing you. Nothing over there for you. Nothing at all. And I think for me, I'm a diehard fan. I'm gonna do it. Hey, I'm enjoying the ride. I'm gonna look.
I just think
I'm gonna look at what I'm seeing right now.
I mean, you're enjoying a ride that looks like it's going to go into a rock wall. You know what I'm saying? Like, what do you really expect with him not on the floor? You guys either making any type of noise when it comes to the playoffs?
Think about this. It's hype. His hype has people willing to give him all opportunities in the world. The hype that's around Zion. What if he gets it together? It's the what ifs is keeping him there. Because if you look at, yes, he does on the full court, but he only played 28 games a season. So you can only see 28 games. If he worked 28 games, when you can get a lot for him right now. I try to say if he's still getting hurt, and this is last year up on his contract, he haven't gotten together, I'm trading his ass while I can get for him. And if he blossoms to something big,
I have a video saved. It came to me through my Facebook. Now I follow, you know, a couple of sports things, but the NBA show that's ESPN, Kendrick Perkins, he is highlighted for me. I gotta watch the rest of it. He says that the Pelicans should, you know, trade him now. Well, trade him in the offseason. You can't do anything now because
I would.
I think I would too.
I honestly I can't see that. Like, I mean, I'm doing my best to not be biased about it. But like I said, Zion is a once in a generation type of talent. You don't.
But if he's
New Orleans doesn't get that.
Eric,
New Orleans,
he's not on the court.
Okay.
You can get you
he's not on the court.
You can get you two people that can probably equal him for him and some picks. You probably get two people that can get y'all to the next level. Somebody gonna give up, break the bank for Zion. Somebody gonna break the bank for him, and I would just trade him, get two people that's gonna help my team, that's healthy,
and some draft picks.
Yeah, when he's on the court, yes, you're right. Y'all are great, and yes, he's a generational talent. Well, it's good
for 28
to be a generational talent when you can't stay on the court. Good at that talent on the court. Brandon Roy probably was the best pure basketball player I've seen a long time. But Brandon Roy, body kept failing him. And the Portland Trail Blazers had to eventually cut ties with him. And he was a generational talent. Brandon Roy was about to take over the league. And they had to get rid of him because his body keep failing. Look at what's going on with Lonzo. I think the Bulls are going to get tired of that shit and they're going to cut Lonzo ass because body can't keep up. So the hamstring injury takes you out for damn near 3 months. That's not good.
I mean, like I said,
Then the
it's
year
very
before,
difficult.
like the year before, you missed the whole season. It's like, dude, what are we paying for here?
It's difficult for me to take the bias out of it. I mean,
Yeah, you gotta take your
'cause
bias out of it and be smart.
exactly. And I get that. Like the NBA is a business. Like things are gonna move on. But and we talking about our last piece that we moved, our last huge piece that we moved, which was AD. When AD got moved, he in turn got a championship out of that. Like
Okay.
I'm at a point where I'm tired of seeing guys that teams I'm there rooting for. This is before I was diehard New Orleans whoever fanatic. Like my previous team when I first started watching the NBA like that was Orlando, and I mean I was man, it was something special about that team when Shaq first got there. They're young, they're winning. People up there scratching their head about it. They're like, damn man, like why is the team so good so fast? Like they ain't paying no dues or nothing. Why are they there and Jordan is somewhat still around? It's like, oh man, all thing we need is just another piece. And then it just got to a point where this is Shaq. This is Shaq in a raw form. Like he's just raw talent. Like he ain't built it up yet. He wasn't what we know him as Diesel and other nicknames and whatever he had. And Dream was, hey man, Dream was just working Shaq. It's just like, hey man, you can't do nothing about it. Like this dude, he paid his dues. He got this thing that's just unstoppable. You're not stopping him. And Houston at the series they didn't play. And I mean, I love that about Orlando. Orlando was up there, you know what, we can't do nothing about it. We just got to learn and wait till they get old. And unfortunately, they just didn't have time. Shaq said, you know what, I'm not doing it that way. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to go to this team over here across the way. I'm going to change conferences. He went to LA. That became his own story. The rest is history there. Like, I'm tired of seeing that. Every time that I'm well invested into a team that seems like they're on their way, a piece moves, a big cornerstone of the organization. They move, they get championships, and this organization gets left in the dust. Haven't heard from Orlando since. Orlando, the next time that Orlando got heard of is when they had the White. The next time that we get heard of, who knows? If Zion leaves, then
y'all team got better when y'all traded AD though. Y'all didn't get worse. Y'all got better when y'all traded AD.
Well,
look, y'all still not finished recouping. Y'all still not finished recouping everything from the AD trade. You don't think the Zion trade will be bigger?
I mean,
but what if I get what you're saying, Eric, but what if he stays and you guys do nothing but what you're doing now? Then are you going to feel a certain sort of way because you kept them?
Yeah.
I sure would.
What if he stayed hurt? Here you go. What if he's hurt every year? He's here.
Because, like I said earlier, so everything sounds right. So right now, he used car salesman me. Like, damn, boy, you talking all my pants off right now, bro. Like, everything sounds right. When you're out there, everything looks right according to the eye test. Like, say, bro, like, we're just there. Like, you say, hey, New Orleans, you deserve to have your basketball team that's up there winning. And we were winning. And then it turned into the new year, and he hasn't played, and we suffered for it. Like, I honestly think I can only count on one hand. Oh, nope, I can use two hands. How many games we won since the dude's been gone? It's probably been about 8 or 9. Like, we've been bad since the dude got hurt. Like, it's like we're struggling to find our footing. We don't know what our identity is. Well, actually, we do. We're a team that's full of hurt people. Like, you got the cornerstone that's hurt.
Y'all actually
not available.
13 and 20. Y'all 13 and 20 without Zion Wilson this year.
I'm barely out of 2 hands. Look at this. Like, we're full. We're a team that got all this talent, and it's like
dude, that's
all the others All the others, I mean, everybody gets hurt. We're not healthy. It's sickening to watch. It hurts me to the soul. It really does. I'm happy now because we're on a 3-game winning streak. But obviously, it was these old cupcake tomato can teams. Freaking Charlotte didn't even have a bench playing us in the second half yesterday. It's like
my fault.
okay,
19
yeah,
to 25. I'm sorry. 19 to 25.
Yeah, but I'm saying if you keep him and next year he gets hurt again. Then
Nah.
would you want to trade him? Or are you gonna still sit there and say he's a generational talent that is he's an all-star on sitting on his ass?
So
Let me be real.
well,
He is a Lamborghini that's been flooded. Would you buy a Lamborghini with flood damage?
No. He's starting to look like a Lamborghini that got a Volkswagen engine.
No, I'm gonna say that. That's why I say flooded, because he got an engine when he plays.
Yeah.
It's damaged. I'm gonna say it's damaged. It's like that Lamborghini went hurricane. It's underwater right now. So are you gonna pay for the flood damage on the Lamborghini?
Nah. Then at that point, if it's at that point, then if he's always hurt, if you come up next year saying, okay, let's just say, all season you do everything that you can, like you throw him the medical staff, he done hired his own people and did whatever. Like if he's doing all the right stuff, and basketball activities, he's ready to play, and let's just say next season it is a wash. Then at that point, I'm like, say, man, you and the organization. I'm not just saying you putting it on Griff. I'm not saying you just put it on the coach. Like as a whole collective organization, like sitting down with the player and everybody who said, hey, from Gil Benson being the owner and everybody else who's got to make the decisions, y'all got to have a conversation, man, because there's no way. There is no way that y'all and put all this money and saying, okay, we're going to put this team, we're going to put players that works best with what you offer in your game around you, and you're not here. Like, you got to take a real long look in the mirror and be like, say, bro, we just don't have to wind up we're doing you a disservice because we're a small market team. It's not like we're going to sit here and grab, big names. I don't really know who's a big name that might be available. I don't know who's coming up. I'm going to use KD. We're not pulling in a KD. We're not pulling up a mercenary move like Kevin Durant or, I don't know, Kyrie Irving.
Yeah, but you ain't getting a Kyrie Irving for a broken down Lamborghini. You're not getting a KD for a guy that plays 28 games a season. I think that it's time you're willing to waste another year when they could just like Mo said, trade his ass, get a couple of pieces, get some draft picks that'll improve your team. I think that the Zion experiment is gone over. 28 games a season. I think it's time to move on. You're wasting time. Your Pelicans are wasting time and money.
No, I'm like this. Okay, one more year, and he can find out to be healthy. One more year, then fine, you keep him. But if he keep getting hurt, man, you have to look out for yourself after a while.
And that's what I'm saying. So I'm saying give it at least next season.
He has to play at least 50
everything
games.
Is pivotal in year 3. I mean, if he doesn't play 50, then by all means, you're going to have to wind up doing what's best for you and the organization.
But you're wasting another year. You already know for the last 2 years he's gotten hurt. So now you're willing to give him another try, or to see if he could play 50 games. Now he gets hurt. That's another season down the drain. Because the rest of your squad isn't playing up to their potential where they don't need him.
Let's see if they Let's see if he comes back this year, and we'll see. We still got
That's what I'm
time.
hoping for.
If they can hold on and make it again, all means they go on a run in the play-in. Then go on a run in the playoffs. Then all means keep him. He has to get
because
eventually.
that's exactly what we talked about last year. And last year he was like he got to a point where he was healthy to do on-court stuff, and it was like, okay, we could give you a try if you get to a certain point in the playoffs. And it was like, nah, let's just call it a wash, Zion, because we want you back and we want you healthy. Because when you get to this point in the season, it's like, hey man, they're gonna put everything that they're gonna throw everything that they can at you because this is the best of 7. Like they gonna, hey man, we trying to take away every advantage it's humanly possible, and we know stuff gonna go through you, so we gonna throw everything at you. So you gonna be ready for it?
I get what you're saying, but you held him back last year. When he wanted to come back when it was almost playoff time, they held him back so he would come back healthy this year. And what has he done this year?
He got hurt again.
Again. How old is he?
21.
I can understand if he was 31 and his body was beat up from being in the NBA. He's 21 years old.
Well, 22.
Or 22.
He's 22.
Still, he a young buck.
I'm sorry.
He a young buck. He shouldn't be getting hurt like that.
2000. So he's 22.
Okay. 22.
You know what I'm saying? He shouldn't be getting hurt like that.
But it's like this. Well, it goes back to what I'm saying. Basketball is different. He'll be a great football player. He probably would never get hurt playing football. Basketball, he's too big to explode. He changed his game.
No, they just make they make humans differently now than they did back in the day. Because Charles Barkley was as big as Zion, and he was crushing it on people.
Game though. No, but Charles can't change his game. When he went to Phoenix, he wasn't the same player as he was in the same.
But he was also, he wasn't 20-something years old.
I'm just saying, Shaq changed his game. And when he got bigger, he said, "You know what? I'm going to the hole. But I'm not doing as much." Everybody changed their game because it's physics. It's kinesiology. You can't move with all that. He has too much. So if you bring all that explosion, something's gonna rip. Something's gonna tell. He has to change his game. He has to get a post game. He has to get a better jumper. He has to do something to eliminate all that exposure. Even Jordan changed his game. Jordan realized he can't dunk. You know what I mean?
He can't keep running and being that super aggressive, and he's developed the jumper. And
for 82 games, that explosion to hit, it's like his hamstrings can't take it.
But he didn't even make. How many games did he play before he got hurt? You know what I'm saying? Like, if he got hurt towards the end of the season, 70, 60, 70 games, then I can say, okay, his body size, the way he plays his game, it puts pressure on his body because of weight and whatever. But he gets hurt after 13, 14 games. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's where I'm at. I'm gonna do what you said, Mo. I'm trading his ass. I'm getting 2 decent players. I'm getting some draft picks, and I'm moving on. If he goes to another team and ends up being a superstar, then hey, you bite the big one. But if you keep him, now you're holding your whole organization back over one player.
I mean, what y'all saying makes sense. I mean, like I said, it's difficult for me. I've been a fan of the team for the longest time. It's like when they're good, they're good. When they're bad, I'm still up here.
He played one game over his average. He played 29 games this year. That's all you got from him. 29 games, bro. That's his average. It's 28 and a
Like
half.
I said, hey, all that makes sense. Like I'm speaking of a place of bias. I mean,
Right?
That could be like
obviously,
2.5 months
It's
worth of games.
like this. Think about this. It's like Eric, the wait and see. Okay, he's still young. Let's wait and see if he can come back. And if I'll give you one more year, that at most one more year. If you get hurt again, that next off season you got to get the fuck. Why I got some? Why his trade value is high? So you got to do it while his trade value high.
right.
One more year.
Right. It makes sense to me.
I'll trade him to a 13. Dead team.
Not the fucking Knicks.
Just
Keep his ass,
a
keep
winning
his
now.
ass. Go to the West Coast, brother. Keep his ass away from the East.
Y'all winning now.
He always talking about playing with his brother. What's your boy name? Barrett.
You want to put Barrett.
He always talking about them being on the same team. He's like, oh, it's
The
gonna
Knicks
happen
ain't
one
got
day.
enough to offer. You got to go to a team that has a lot to offer. Knicks ain't got enough to offer for Zion.
Nah.
They're a great
They would
team.
they would have to weaken their team to bring in a Zion.
Yeah,
At
that's
this
definitely
point,
not
you don't
happening.
want to weaken your team. If you think about it, if you look at the Knicks squad, you know what I'm saying? They got the right pieces in the right places. Why would you give up two of your pieces for one that's only going to give you an average of 30-something games? Because until he plays a full season, I wouldn't trust it. I really wouldn't.
Because New Orleans is a small market. You got time to be patient. So it can go either way. But if I'm running it, I'll give him a year and say, man, look, I don't know if I want to be on the hook for 200 something million. He hurt.
Well, like I said, we already on that. We already on that new deal because it's already been signed and this and the third. But I mean, we'll see. We'll see as time goes on and how folks in the organization, the powers that be, feel about it. But I know fans are tired of waiting. I mean, it's like, hey, like y'all said, this Ferrari, this Lambo just been sitting here. Like, come on now, bro. Like, at some
Blood
point, we're gonna
water.
rev it up and see exactly what we could do. I won't let the
A
horses
rev
out.
engine that's been sitting blood water. That's what's going on. But one more topic. It's about these damn NBA refs. They are horrible. And one ref got demoted. He got demoted for his softness. My thing about this is refs, nobody paid to see y'all. We don't care to see y'all. We wish you wasn't there. Our players can call their own shit because the refs ruined the game. Like, you're throwing out players for staring at you. You're throwing out players for showing emotion. That can be the difference between a playoff game.
Yeah.
Like, you can fuck up a person's season by making them lose the game. If I'm a game out of the playing game because you threw my best player because they had an emotional basketball's in the game. If you can't handle your emotions, don't be a ref. Like, how would you
Man.
feel if your team lose in the playoffs? Y'all losing game 7 because somebody threw your player out. How would you feel?
So I think that's on the NBA because the NBA they screen these dudes, and one of the things that they screen, they want to know exactly what region you came up around in. So the East Coast, Midwest, down south, whatever. Like, hey, so are you a fan of this team? And they screen. I mean, they go extensive. They go into your background, be like, hey, do you like this team? Have you rooted for this team? Do you have a team that roots for this team? Do you have family members that root for this team? And if you come across where it's like, okay, well, he's from, let's just say, for instance, Los Angeles. Let's just say he's from Los Angeles. Los Angeles, bro, can't have this job. You probably be one of the dudes that clean up in the back, or one of the dudes for an organization, clean out the locker room, but you can't be no ref coming out from Los Angeles and you got, you know, the Lakers, you got the Clippers, um, and the other two Cali teams that they have out there. You
Golden
can't,
State.
you can't ref out here, man. Like we in no way, shape, form, or fashion can we have a ref from Los Angeles that's not vested in these games here. So you might be a ref, but guess what? You might only be assigned to East Coast team. You only might have Eastern Conference teams that you will call that they allow because I mean that's the standard that association wants to set as far as these officials. But these officials now, y'all right, man. These people are soft in cottonelle toilet tissue, man. It's like dudes. So dudes aren't allowed to show emotion. So you up there, you have a big play, like I don't know. I'm gonna use for my youth. I'm small. I'm small, but when I'm up there and I'm with big dogs, I get a rebound. Guess what? I got this. And I'm dishing it out. And smallest thing on the court. If I can get a board, brother, that is my highlight. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like I could probably I can give me a good, I don't know, give me 3 open shots. I'm lacing them things. Like somebody gonna underestimate me, be like, oh, you so check. Oh yeah, you think so, huh? Lace, I got that. But I know big plays, they garner this type of emotion. It's like, say, bro, I can't speak for everybody's game. Getting the rebound, you know, getting the block. Be like, hey man, like you might have 2-3 inches, and this dude vertical might be up there. Like you look at this dude when he's warming up, he's doing these, you know, old crazy dunks, like with no kind of. It's like, damn, bro, you ain't struggling at all, huh? Like you ain't hurt yourself, you ain't pulling no hamstring, you ain't touched your ankle. Like KD going up in there and the warming, like you ain't do none of this. You get a block on this dude. That. Hey man, yell in his face, get in his grill about it. Like I'd be proud of that. Like I said, I'm small. If I can manage to if you going up and I can rip that ball before you get that shot up, guess what? Yeah, give me this. I'm gonna talk mad crap. I'm gonna talk trash. Like I'm small. I'm not supposed to be doing this stuff. My growth spurt was over. I'm gonna be happy about certain stuff. And if I was in the NBA atmosphere, you put me in a game, and a referee says, "Hey, I don't know, technical." And if I do that, he gonna throw another stick at me and I'm out. Oh no, say bro, he got me in the parking lot. Ain't no way. Say bro, ain't no way you gonna tell me I had to do these practices. I had to do all this to even make the team. I'm out here. I got a chance to shine, and I'm getting tossed out because I'm showing emotion. And if I say something on his microphone in the post game because they're gonna ask me questions, I'm gonna get fined for it. So either way, I'm taking the L. Well, guess what? Say, bro, I ain't gonna be the only one out here taking no L, dog. Here's the thing. I'm gonna pay the money up front. I'm gonna give you double because most likely I'm gonna say something and I'm gonna meet this dude in the parking lot. I'm putting the hands on him. You got to know. Hey, every time you see me, bro, it's on-site beef, man. Like, say, bro, you ain't gonna sit here and tee me up after I had to do all this crap to get to a point to where people, especially if I got family out at this game. Let's just say if it's New Orleans and I played for the Pelicans. Let's say if I played for the Pelicans, you know, my mama out here, my wife out here, my kids out here, my kids' friends out here, and you telling me I only played 2 minutes because dude said, hey, stick, coach sat me down. I came out here, I talked about the ref, I said something on my break, you heard it, stick again. Now I'm out of here and possibly fined. No, not even. Say, bro. Not David. Adam. Say, bro. Get your boy. I'm going to tighten his tail up. Those are the options.
Man,
I think what the NBA needs to do is they really need to sit down with these refs. Refs recently have been horrible compared to back in the day. You know, they stick certain referees together. Some of them teams out there, or like referee teams, got a bad reputation. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of games that have probably been screwed up because of bad calls, because of stupid calls. People get, you're a referee. You're not supposed to have an ego because you have a problem with a player. You're supposed to be non-biased. You're supposed to call it down the middle. And a lot of these referees now cause games to get, not they don't have fair games because I have a problem with, with the fact that Eric came down and he got that rebound and he pounded his chest like fucking Tarzan. Nah, I didn't like that. So now I got beef with him. So now every time Eric touches the ball and does something stupid, I'm gonna hit him with a tech. I'm gonna hit him with a foul. I'm gonna throw him out of the game.
Mm-mm. See,
These
that's where
people
we have
should
the
be
problem.
held responsible for the calls they make if they're making bullshit calls. Now, if you make a good
I
call, you make a good call. But you're
I
making calls, I think, over emotions than you are over, you know what I'm saying, over the gameplay.
I applauded Fred Van Vliet because that's the most recent that I could think of that just had the issue. Like, dude just turned the game around. I want to say that game was a few weeks ago. Fred Van Vliet, Fred Van Vliet, excuse me. He had a fine. It was something that it was underneath exactly what it was supposed to be fined for. Like a normal fine for when you talk bad about the referee that's at the third was like 30K or whatever, and he fined him just underneath it. Boy, when that dude had that pressure and he still got away with just paying less, I was up there applauding. I was up there clapping. I'm up there rejoicing. The car people on the next to me, driving next to me up there, I was like, what's going on in this car? I'm like, say, bro, because he got it right. Like, he up there cussing the dude and telling the dude all. I'm like, say, bro, because it's no way what you go through as a player. It's bad enough that, you're being competitive and you're going to have some, tempers flaring because of the competition. And it's not that, they wish ill will towards you. It's like everybody wants to win. Everybody's a winner. In some form of fashion, they won at some, level that called them up to this high level. And for this dude, for a referee to get in this guy's mix, this guy is a former champion. Like he's a, he's a well revved, cornerstone of his franchise in Toronto. Toronto is huge, and if you could come up there, hey man, hats off to you. Toronto's gonna love you forever. I mean, forever. It don't mean no matter what you do with your career, but you're gonna treat a guy. I think he was undrafted. I think he went undrafted, came up, pulled himself up by his own bootstraps, made something of himself, got a contract, got these long deal contracts, and you gonna treat this dude like he just some scrub and just came from, I don't even want to say the G League because G Leaguers don't even get treated like this. You want to treat this dude like a scrub, like he just came up the street, signed a 10-day, and you want attention for yourself. Say, man, I would have cussed you out too. Throw all kind of F bombs, throw your mom in there, throw your daddy in there, your grandma. I'd be like Tupac dissing the whole Bad Boys record label. I say, bro, I'm throwing everybody in it. I'm throwing everybody in the mix. And like I said, I applaud it because he got away with it. It's like the NBA is like, say, man, this dude might got a point, but we can't just let him get away with it. We got to do something. And I lay it to you. I'm glad he laid it to him. I really am. No cap.
They need to really police the referees. That's what it
Yes.
is. They need somebody that's gonna come down hard on them. You're making messed up calls. You're doing this, and honestly, it should be a like kind of like a strikeout system. You make fucking 3 bad calls or 4, let's say a certain amount of bad calls, and now you might become a G League ref. Go back to the minor leagues and learn your fucking
Mhm.
job.
Right.
Listen,
I'm
there's
all
too
for
much
that.
money in this league. There's too much money exchanging hands from ownership to players for because of a bad call or multiple calls in a game for you to lose. Like you said, it could be game 7
And
where
yeah,
you gotta win the game.
right. And if it comes down to that, it now to my understanding, it's referees are graded. Referees are graded for calls that are had, calls they missed, and because the organization, the association themselves, in New York, officers they kind of watch these games. They watch all of them. Be like, oh yeah, you missed this, and that's why we have these rule changes and stuff that might help the game move along and help it be fair, and supposed to have this integrity thing going on. But as of late, hey man, like y'all got to do a better job grading these refs because uh, you're gonna get to a point. You're gonna get to a crew that's already burnt out for games that matter, the games that's really gonna be watched. I.e. the finals, and you're gonna be like, well, damn, there's a lot of stuff that just happened. Like dudes up there getting mugged, dudes up there getting chopped in the balls, they missing calls like that, and depending on who the fan base is, let's throw two hypotheticals out there. I know Milwaukee's number one in the East, and I want to say the West is Denver. Um, okay, so let's just say is that finals. You have Joker getting beat up, you have Giannis getting beat up, but nothing's getting called. Like you're gonna have some. You got two. Well, I don't really consider Denver small because Denver got a ton of teams, but Milwaukee for sure is a small market. Like you really want this large market in Denver and this small market in Milwaukee, just saying, you know what, let's boycott this stuff. Let's stop watching. And what you gonna do then? Because you're losing your money, you're losing your revenue. What you gonna do then?
Yeah, it's just that this stuff is getting ridiculous, and that before they need to get a hold on it before it costs somebody a championship. Because it all costs people money with the gambling, and Vegas rules everything. So if if it costs somebody a championship, one of these refs gonna get hurt. And these gotta get their feelings out of it. Their feelings need to get out of sport. You all go to robots. Get rid of the human refs and go to robots. They have no feeling. Just call the game how it needs to be called.
That's why I think we're missing out of these like these underling leagues. And just to jump off the topic a little bit with XFL, because XFL, they got these angles and stuff that they doing. Be like, oh, you know what? If we watch it at this angle, referees could catch this type of call. It might be this. Like that's why I think is important to watch these underling leagues because there's a lot of things that you can pick up from that. Like perhaps get rid of that I want to say is what 3 officials in basketball that you have. You might want to get rid of that. You put them in certain positions. You got one that's designated that stays on the side. That's like right there by the sports table. Be like, watch out for this. And flex the other, guys that's there. Be like, you know what? Instead of me catching up with positions, I'm gonna stay in one position. I'm gonna stay in this one position. I'm watching out for this, and y'all can stay where y'all gotta go. One that's underneath the goal, or however you gotta rotate that, and somebody's going with the action. Hey man, you caught that? Yeah, I caught that. Like, oh, okay. We gonna stop. We gonna stop. We gonna nip this in the bud right here and right now. Like, hey man, you shouldn't have called that. Like, hey bro, he out. Where's his alternate? Get his alternate out here, cause we don't have the time for this in this business. It's like you want to jack up the revenue flow. Hey man, get him out. He messing up. He messing up with the dollars, man.
A lot of people play with emotion. So if you make a bad call, of course the guy is gonna say something to you. You got to learn how to have thick skin, brush it off, and keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? And then if the player happens to turn around and say something disrespectful, then maybe I can understand them calling a tech or something like that. But some of the technicals they give out is for some bullshit. And like Mo said, could cause championships to be lost, money to be lost, revenue to be lost. They getting a paycheck.
All of that. All of that. I mean, for me, I know I'll be sick of seeing it. Like, I miss the days where you had these funny moments, these memeable moments. I can't think who his name is, but MJ when he was in his season with the Wizards. So I say, bro, I don't know what I called it for, but I believe you, Mike. Like, I miss those days because players could talk to us. It wouldn't be it wouldn't be nothing. I mean, I'm using a bad example with the MJ thing, but I know Rasheed Wallace used to get in people's mix.
Rasheed Wallace got thrown out the game for staring at an official.
Well, yeah, that was a certain official, but I mean, he had a rep before then. That probably warranted that particular conversation with that ref. That ref was like, hey man, I know Sheed out here. He talked to refs and he talked to me any kind of way. He ain't gonna do it with me. So he was waiting for it. Dude stared him down. Check. And then Steve Smith, his boy came out, his partner came out and said, bro, what happened? What did he do? He didn't do nothing. And dude was like brushing Steve Smith off or whatever. He's like, but Steve Smith went up there, was like talking to the dude, but Steve Smith didn't get nothing thrown on him. He was like, say man, but he ain't do nothing. He's like, say man, he stared at me. He know what he did.
All he did was stare. And I'm like, if you stare at someone, that should not want to. So I'm like, how can he intimidate you? He's just looking at you. That should not be a tech.
But Sheed had that. He had that reputation though. Like I said,
don't matter. You gotta play. You can't go over in the game.
I mean, I get that, but
call that
like
shit
I said, I'm not trying to advocate for the dude, but at the same time, I'm doing it. So I'm apologizing in advance. But I mean, the dude had the rep, so it's like I'm not gonna stand for it. I know what he does. He gets the people mixed. You sit there, cuss him out, this, that, and the third, and I'm not gonna be the one that be, that I'm not gonna be that notch that he got, of guys that he do this to. I'm gonna lay down this law right now. You wanna stand me down, I'm gonna hit you with this stick. Like that's a wrap. That's it. Ain't no ifs, there ain't no ands, no buts about it. Hey man, you stand me down? Give you that, son. You get another one, you out. Now what? It ain't my fault. Coach, get your man.
They definitely have to start policing how the referees are. Switch up the groups. You know what I'm saying? Because usually they have the same 4 or 5 referees. That's the team for the season. If that team starts to fucking fuck up, it's time to switch it up.
Hey, call guys up.
Yeah.
Just call another guys up. Just don't even give these refs warning. Be like, you know what? You was on, let's just use 2 teams. Let's say the Sixers and the Magic. Okay, you was on the Sixers and Magic game, huh? Nah. Take the week off. We call this man up.
Or like you said, you're down, you know what I'm saying? You make a bad call. Okay, instead of, going back to the hotel, go grab your suitcase and fly to Miami because you're going to be reffing that game instead of, let's say, the Knicks game.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like switch it up like that. Give
like
them
a team who ain't hot right now. Like who's the bottom of these conferences right now?
The Pelicans.
The Pelicans.
The Pistons. The Pistons and the Rockets and the Spurs. Shit, I know. It's the top 3. We fighting for.
Go call the Houston San Antonio game.
Man, one of them. I know.
We ain't got nothing there.
I know the bottom 3 because that's who tanking for Wembley, baby. We tanking for we lost another game tonight. They pulled all the starters out at the end of the game. Man, look, we taking so well. Keep taking.
I hope for you to tank. You get the first pick. It would suck to tank the whole season and you get the
Man,
third.
it would be
The third is
terrible, bro. Y'all don't get no more lottery balls.
actually fits our team. He actually fits our team. The third pick, the dude actually fits the team and probably will make us better than Wembley would. Because I'm scared that Wembley is injury prone. He getting injured. And you know how I feel about injury prone players. And he bony as shit. And he's 7'5".
Another Zion. Look at that.
That brother super bony, man.
That's another AD. That's another AD. Tall dude, skinny legs, always hurt.
That boy game tight, boy. I ain't gonna hold you.
We don't need
That
Scoop.
boy game tight.
So the only dude we would get is the dude from Alabama. But I mean, shit, I just want to be in the top three because after the top three, this draft falls off. So boom, we guarantee top three with these sucky ass records. So way to go. Way to go.
And I think Houston is leading y'all. and the worst
we number one. Nah, we number one now. Oh yeah, we lost. Oh yeah, we haven't won the game in like 2 weeks.
Well, y'all got 9 games or 8 games left. Let's see how that work out for y'all.
Keep losing. It don't make sense to win. Just keep losing. You didn't did it this far. We 16-58. We 1-9. In the last couple, and the Rockets are 18-56. See, the Rockets won 18 games and it fucked up. we won 16. They won 18. Then it fucked up. And the Spurs won 19.
I know the Rockets messed me up last Friday. I'm up there, got my chest all out, my team up double-digit points, and then we lose at a last-second three. Last freaking second. I'm like, hey, bro, how y'all
celebrated. I celebrated when they beat y'all, and I celebrated when they beat the Lakers. I was like, keep winning, Rocks. Keep winning, baby. Let's go.
Yeah, when they beat the Lakers, I was like, well, at least the Lakers lost. That helped us out. I was like, but
dude, we 37 games out of first place.
Damn.
I want to make sure y'all got all the lottery balls.
Yes, indeed.
Like, look,
the Rockets are 31.
But did you see also real quick that the NBA now, for you to get one of the NBA awards, you have to play now a certain amount of games?
You have to be available.
Which they should do.
Man.
Most definitely.
Hey, it finally puts control back into, I guess, the hands of, I don't want to say the audience, but I guess it makes the game respectable again, because everybody goes into who's hot and who got the name now, and they, falling in love, and I'm a victim of it, with the Zion situation. But, stop being a victim of, this history. Be like, okay, yeah, he was spectacular when he was in college. What has he done as a professional? What is he doing right now? Like, yeah, we loved, who was hot and not so hot as a pro. Let's see. Man, I can't really use nobody. I can't use nobody who was hot then and who was not so hot right now. I'll say Harden. Like, when Harden was that dude and he was carrying teams before he went to everybody else's team. Like, yeah, all right, I'm here for Harden. I'm here to watch Harden in his game, because he got the hardware. He got an MVP. He got playoff wins. He's been in the finals before. Then now, where you don't hear so much about James Harden in Philly, you're like, oh, okay. That will force us to say, you know what? Harden is not the guy in Philly. It's Maxi, or well, obviously is Embiid in Philly, but who would be that next guy that we like? You know what? I gotta have eyes on him, which is Maxi in Philly. To me, yeah, Maxi.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's about that time, fellas, so we gotta wrap up the show. Uh, and shout outs, cause I know it's Friday. Mm, shout
You know me.
outs.
I'ma shout you guys out. You know, a long between shows, the last one and this one. Hopefully we can keep it now. Everybody stays healthy and stuff where we could you know what I'm saying, be more consistent with the shows. I always shout out Lala and Lala's Empire. You know, buy her merch, buy our merch. Izzy, I like to shout Izzy out. I'm glad he's feeling better. He looked good last night. You know, he looked energetic, which is a good thing, and that's definitely a blessing. And I'm good. Oh, one more thing, because you know I'm the nefarious movie fiend. You got to check out John Wick.
Uh,
I honestly thought I
Finish
was
up.
gonna wind up seeing that today. I really did, and that's okay. You know, plans get altered all the time,
Do not
especially when
watch
you're a
out.
parent.
Do
So,
not
and
watch out.
on that note, being a parent, I like to shout out my parents. I like to shout out, you know, all sets of my parents. Um, to the commission as a whole, uh, Mo, Jay, Izzy, Lala, Nasty, myself, you know, having, you know, this platform to, you know, kick it with, you know, you guys and just throwing out thoughts of life, sports, wrestling, you know, Venom and Smoke podcast. It gets me out of my head. So thank you for, you know, allowing this platform. Um, and you know, the spirit of family, obviously my wife, who, you know, encourages me and says, hey, she even tapped me because I was up there kind of dozing off when the show was getting ready to come on. She's like, hey, the show about to come on. I was like, oh yeah, you're right. Let me go ahead and get stuff going. And unfortunately, I had the computer running, so I had to go ahead and reboot it. That's why I was kind of late. So to the wives of the podcast for, you know, dealing with us and our noise and allowing us to have the time to do it. Um, and buying merch, yeah, man, do the merch. And one last thing, you know, the thing about health, you know, keeping yourself healthy. Hey, man, if you feel something's not right, go ahead and get checked out. That's real. You know, we are all we got, and you only go around once. So you know something's not right, man. Don't be like, oh man, look, doctors are for this, that, and the third. Don't do that. Get yourself checked out, man. Like, it's well worth. You are well worth the investment. There's somebody somewhere that cares about you. You're not in it alone. And like Mo would always say, Mo was like, hey man, if you got some issues, chop it up with us. Like, send out a message. You know, we if you see us on Facebook, send a message via Facebook. They always got the little icon that says message. I'm more than sure that he'll share it with us, and one of us will get to you. 'Cause like I said, we all we got.
Yeah, man. That's more than what I can say, y'all. Like I said, thank y'all, fellas. Thank everybody who, like I said, family during time of, you know, our bereavement period because we've been going through it. My cousin Ryan, who was on the show earlier, that was his father who passed away. You know, I'm glad he's doing good. Uh, yeah, his pillar of our family passed, and man, it was just rough. And like I said, finding out myself, I had to take care of myself because I'm burning the ends of both sides, burning both ends of the candle on both sides. You know, I made my health go out of the way, and I had to start taking care of myself. Like I said, I want to thank my wife. She's the one who started me on this healthier eating journey. So thank her for looking out for me. And like I said, thank y'all again for checking on me, man. We'll definitely be back next week with the WrestleMania, I guess, week on Thursday. And then probably we'll do something on Saturday or Sunday, one of the two. Might do it Saturday or Sunday. I'll just recap it all. Might just do it Sunday so you can recap all WrestleMania then. And then, like I said, of course, we'll be here Friday with our sports show. It was a good show today. I appreciate it. Like I said, I thank y'all for who all chimed in today. And, man, I want to buy the merch, buy Lala's merch. And, man,
support the family.
Support the family, man. All right, man. This is your boy Mo Young, the Diabolical Hater, and Doc Eric. We'll see y'all later. Peace, and we out. Gotta leave y'all with one more dance break.
Dance break.
And if you see me keep looking over my shoulder, I gotta watch my back. Oh, she egged me. Oh, shit all over my rip with the jersey. Go get me a towel. Y'all didn't know.
You fucking owners have handled Judge Gentleman retired? Come on! He should have been fired before the fucking season! Joe Judge, quarterback sneak on not one, but 2 times from the fucking 5-yard line!
And we're talking echelon where it's going to be Yankees first, Giants second, Jets third, Mets last.
No!
Wait a minute. It's Yankees first. It's Yankees first.
Okay.
Giants second.
Okay.
Knicks third.
No!
Jets fourth. Mets fifth. Oh, wait a minute. The Nets spit their mouth when they found out he was leaving. Maybe it was girl number 25 that didn't mind doing it.
I'll just put it this way. It's way bigger than Nino Brown, a.k.a. Deshaun Watson. This is way bigger than him.
Yeah, that's exactly what this
That's
is.
why, maybe
what
that's why he got off, because it's bigger than him and there's bigger people implicated in this.
I think it's going to come to maybe 5 years down the line, and then Cleveland going to crumble.